Hello everyone, my name is Jehoshu and I am a ChildLine virtual ambassador. The name of my story is Proud to be Laventille, which follows a young man named Josiah who was born and raised in Mova, Laventille. He was one of the few to not only attend a secondary school, but a prestigious one. However, this did not stop people outside the community from labeling him as a threat, a menace, a potential danger, or anything along those lines. He was not ignorant to the fact that his area was labeled a crime hotspot and that nothing good could ever come from there. But what he never understood was why his entire personality was assumed to be no good simply because of where he came from. It had gotten so unbearable that he began to lie about his address whenever the topic came up with his friends or whenever he applied to internships. Luckily for him, his uncle lived in Maraval and he understood the situation, so he always allowed him to use his address. Josiah would often tell himself, I hate living here. Nothing good does ever come from this place. CAPE exams were closing in soon and Josiah was hard at work to attain good grades so that he could go to a foreign university. He wanted to move his single mother out of the area as he believed that that was the best choice. It was 6 more months until exams, so Josiah wanted to go to a party with some friends. On the day of the party, he went out to get the cups for the drinks. The mini-marts in the area sold things too expensive, so he went into town to get them at a better price. There was always a taxi driver that went from town to his neighborhood, but today was different. Hard luck, small man, but all them shootings right now, I can't afford to go up there anymore. That broke Josiah. After an hour, Josiah managed to get a taxi to drop him to a place around 30 minutes from his neighborhood. But by then, he had already lost the party spirit and decided to just drop the supplies and go home. As he arrived home, he was greeted by his mother. So upset, he began to tell his mother that as soon as he became successful that he would get her out of this god-forsaken place. His mother just smiled and listened until he finished, and in her softest voice, she responded with, But I love it here, Josiah. Sure, there may be one or two problems, but the people here were the most loving people who even helped raise you when your father died. She kept repeating how proud she was to be from Laventille, which made absolutely no sense to Josiah. He kept replaying her words in his head, trying to make sense of it. But today was his career day in school. There were these big name lawyers, these big name athletes, who all attended the school who lived around the world. They came in to give presentations today. Josiah barely paid attention until the last speaker, Dr. Henderson, gave his words of advice. The first sentence he opened with was, Hey fellas, I'm Dr. Damian Henderson, and I was born and raised in Laventille. Dr. Henderson went on to explain that how the support from the community helped push him to become a surgeon and eventually give back to the community. Josiah was amazed that someone who came from his area obtained so much prestige and great things. He eventually recognized that Dr. Henderson was one of the major sponsors of most of the committees in Laventille. His final words to them were, Proud to be Laventille, which resonated with Josiah. From that day on, Josiah began using his real address, explained the situation to everyone in school. His newfound perspective reflected in his actions, and he even joined the youth committee. Flash forward a few months later, Josiah was being interviewed by a local newspaper for obtaining a full government scholarship. After the interview, he made a special request for the title, and the next day, the front page in large font read, Proud to be Laventille, the story of how young Josiah Lashley, who proudly represents Laventille, obtained a full government scholarship. Thank you for listening.